But this attitude that people have, that they're just so interested and they see people as a dollar sign.
Mhm.
And really good salespeople see the opportunity to provide value. And they know that when we provide that value and we clearly communicate what the value is, it's not about talking the feature. We do not want to sell products, regardless of whether it's a products or service we're talking about. It's about adding the benefit. What will it do for the other person? And when people really feel that, I think that's a huge difference. And, correct me if I'm wrong, because you do a ton of sales, but let's talk about that for a minute, because I think that's such a missing piece, and it's on my forefront of my mind, right, from the conversation today. But let's talk about that adding value piece and how you see that having an impact on your success.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it sounds like you're very well versed in sales yourself. So that's amazing. And I can definitely tell we're going to bounce back and forth here. So when it comes to that conversation from your call earlier and what you're talking about here, you're touching on the classic people do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? And which is very true. Now, I'll tell you the pros and cons of that from my perspective, right?
Mhm.
Again, going from books and theory to knowledge, people like yourself and myself who have actually been in business, been in sales, and we can go a little bit deeper on this. There's layers and
Yep.
layers to this, right? The pro is that's very true. You have to have those elements in place if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you're in sales. The con is that's very surface level. And what bothers me is a lot of people that are teaching sales or coaches or trainers, whatever it might be, repeat that a lot. I hear that all the time. And now everybody knows that. It's become commonplace, right?
Mhm.
But who actually knows what those different layers are? Who actually can
Thank
sit
you.
down and break down each of those layers and explain them and
Yep.
give examples as to how to apply those. So
Mhm.
that said, though, I'll take it a different direction. My take on that is one thing that I always like to say, which is long-term relationships over short-term transactions. That's been a belief of mine for a very long time. I'll literally verbally say that to clients or to prospects or to businesses that I'm in front of, because I just want that point to get across so clearly. And I feel like, for myself, I got into sales and I was able to do sales in 7 different industries and be successful at all of those. And product knowledge or industry knowledge was irrelevant to me. I knew the fundamentals of sales, of human psychology, of buyer psychology, right? So that's why I was able to pivot so much. And that's a question I
Mhm.
get all the time. How do you work with people in different industries and whatnot? It's for that reason. I know the fundamentals behind communications, behind human psychology, buyer psychology. So what I say is, the reason I got to where I got to in sales and in business and what I'm doing today is for that reason. I value long-term relationships. I like to build those relationships, and I'll forego a short-term transaction any day for a long-term play, for a bigger purpose at the end. And I think that's why I've had clients who, when I was in the fitness industry, bought the supplements and whatnot from me, or the memberships or whatever it might be. Then when I got into the auto industry, same client came and brought the family members and bought cars for me. And when I got into the telecom space, the B2B space, the sales training space,
Mhm.
a lot of those same clients still are learning from me, or clients of mine. People follow you, right?
Yes.
And it ties in with this fact of people buy you. It doesn't matter what the product or the service is. If you can focus on people buying you first and foremost, you're always going to be successful. And if people don't do it for the product, they don't do it for your company, they don't do it for the price, whatever it might be, they'll do it for you. And if you can get
100%.
to a point where you can almost guilt trip people into buying for you, that's when you know you become a professional.